Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm gonna film a video about stuff that I use all the time but never talk about, and it's because these are like regular favorites of mine that just don't seem new or exciting, so I wanted to actually take time to talk about them because these are items that I use practically every single day. So I've got a mix of makeup, some tools, skincare, and a little bit of hair stuff as well. It's kind of all over the board because I was just pulling things that I literally grab for every single day, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit more. So I'm gonna kick this off by talking about two eyeshadow primers. Now I have two different brands here. One is by Lorac and the other one is by Essence. And I get a lot of questions from people about why I use two different eyeshadow primers and can I just use the same one twice and try this brand, try that brand. The sad thing is that at the end of the day, one eyeshadow primer no longer works on me, and I have tried every single brand under the sun. I've tried super expensive, I've tried super low end, and one will not work on me anymore. Please don't make any suggestions. Everybody has done that and it's just not working. What does work for me is using two different eyeshadow primers, and it doesn't matter what the brand is. So I used to buy higher end stuff because I thought it would work better, and it didn't. So even when I layered two expensive primers on my eyes, my eyeshadow still creased. So I've started to go to wearing two inexpensive brands, and it works just fine on me. And now that I've said that, I've realized that Lorac is more expensive, but I just happen to have a sample of it. That's why I brought these out, because I'm using them together. So I stack my eyeshadow primers because it prevents creasing. Like a single eyeshadow primer used to work on me like 5 years ago, but it for whatever reason doesn't anymore. I tend to prefer the ones that are a little bit more liquidy, like this Lorac one. So a comparable one would be the Milani eyeshadow primer. I really like that one. The Essence one here is a little bit more of a cream with this one has a pink base to it that's pretty pale. It matches my skin tone, but I tend to prefer the more translucent ones like the Lorac one. So I just stack them together, and if you are somebody who suffers from eyeshadow creasing, even if you use one eyeshadow primer, try using two. I've heard so many good results from friends and some viewers who have said that, you know, one eyeshadow primer wasn't enough and they've gone to two and now their eyeshadow doesn't crease on them. And I'm so happy to hear that because I got this tip from Talia years and years ago, and it's been a lifesaver for me. So yeah, unfortunately I require two, and that's why you often hear me mentioning two different ones. It's just because I need it. And some other people have found this tip helpful too, so hopefully somebody out there will appreciate this. Now, something that I wear every single day at the office when I'm wearing lipstick is a lip primer. And I've tried a whole bunch of different ones, and they all work to a similar degree except for the one by MAC, which works hands down the best. So this is MAC's Prep and Prime for Lips. It comes in your regular kind of twist up tube. It looks kind of white, but it goes on fairly clear. You will see a little bit of, it's almost like a glue kind of look over top of your lips, a translucent glue, but it is there. And that's basically because this acts like a glue. Now the trick to using this is to apply it all over your lips, go a little bit higher than your lip line so you can prevent that lip line bleed out, which I am excessively prone to. And then you have to wait about a minute or two after you've applied this before you put on your lip color. The reason you have to wait is that when you first put this on, it feels like a balm, it's pretty comfortable, but you need for the formula to go a little bit tacky before you put your lip color on. And it'll go tacky after roughly about a minute, and you'll be able to feel it. Like if you put your lips together and kind of pull them apart, they're kind of tacky. And then when you put your lip color on top of that, it'll stick to your lips. It won't feel tacky then because now you've got the color over top, but that binding agent in the primer holds everything in place so much longer. And this is the only thing that I found that truly prevents my lip line from bleeding out at the edges. I used to suffer terribly from just like putting on lipstick and then just watching it like seep upwards, and I hated the look of it. I tried translucent powder, I tried lip liners, nothing worked until I finally started wearing MAC's Prep and Prime for Lips, and it was an absolute savior. So if you struggle with lip color moving around all over the place, go get yourself a primer, and I would definitely recommend the MAC one for sure. I'm gonna stick with primers and talk about a glitter glue, specifically the one by Too Faced. Now I've tried a lot of glitter glues over the years. The Lit Cosmetic Lit Adhesive, it's fine, I just don't love the application method on it because it's very liquid. And the NYX glitter glue is good, but it's not as good as the Too Faced one, which is almost a little bit unfortunate because this one is, I think, like $20 more than the NYX one, something like that. Anyway, this one works fantastic at keeping glitter on your eyelids and not creasing. Generally the other ones will cause a little bit of creasing on my eyelids, and I hate that look. I hate creased eyeshadow in general, but I hate creased glitter because it really destroys what you're trying to achieve on your eyelid. So I will put this over top of the eyeshadow that I'm wearing. So I'll eyeshadow primer, eyeshadow, glitter primer, and then I'll put the glitter over top. And I'll wait probably about 30 seconds after I've put this on before I put the glitter on top, and it really, really locks it in place. Now this will start to go off after about the 2.5 year mark, I would say, is when I start to notice a difference in the change in formula. And after that kind of time span, then I'll notice my glitter creasing on me, which is when I know I kind of need to replace this tube. But this thing will last so long. I've had the deluxe size sample before, and I think that lasted me like 3 years. So I got the full size recently just because I need to replace that deluxe size sample, and it will go bad before I can finish it, but that's really just because how often do you wear glitter, and you really don't need that much. So this is definitely my top pick for a glitter primer. It really does hold everything in place. All right, next I'm gonna talk about some eyelash curlers. So these used to horrify me. I had a roommate back in university who would use one of these things, and I was just disgusted every time she brought this close to her eye because I was so scared of it just like pinching off her eyelashes. And these things truly can hurt if you buy one that is not the right size for your eye. And I didn't know that. I just thought that they were all kind of built the same, and you were just gonna have to suffer through pain if you bought one of these. Because the first time I finally gave in and bought some eyelash curlers, I think they must have been from Tweezerman, and I used them, but they hurt. Like, it wasn't comfortable for my eye. And then eventually, I don't even know why, I decided to pick up one by Sephora Collection, and it was like night and day. All of a sudden, I was no longer pinching my eyelid, I was just curling my lashes naturally and normally, like, you know, without any pain. And I was just like, well, of course, dummy. Of course there's different shapes of tools that you can possibly buy. So that wasn't something I really ever thought of back then, but I thought it would be helpful in case not everybody's aware. But obviously different eyelash curlers have different shapes, and not everybody's eye is going to fit in the same eyelash curler. So for me, the Sephora Collection one is the best. I had a better one years ago, but it kind of broke on me, and it used to have the hinge on this side. Sadly, they no longer make it, but this one does work as well. It just doesn't open as much at the front as I would like, but it does fit my eye shape, so that's why I continue to use it. So the Sephora Collection one is actually pretty inexpensive compared to some ones. I actually think the Tweezerman one is more expensive. And you can buy replacement pads for the Sephora Collection one online, which is fantastic because I don't think I could ever find them for the Tweezerman one. So yeah, I've just been really happy that I discovered, you know, years ago now, that there is a better tool for my eye shape, and that's definitely the one by Sephora Collection. And of course, it's funny to me to this day how scared I was of my old roommate using this on her eyes, because now I use it every single day. All right, I'm gonna talk briefly about 2 hair care items that I use every single day. So I only get my hair cut about once a year. I'm due for one. It's been, I think, about 12 months since I last got a haircut. And when my hair gets this long, it gets really tangly at the ends, probably because there's split ends in there. But if I don't use a leave-in conditioner, I can basically not get a brush through this hair whatsoever. And I have 2 that I interchange between constantly just because I love them equally. The one that I'm using right now that you can see is practically empty is the Live Clean Exotic Nectar. Do they call this? It's a leave-in conditioner spray. So as far as I'm concerned, leave-in conditioner sprays are basically a detangler. This one smells fantastic. It's the argan oil range, so it smells all like that entire collection, except I have to point out that it doesn't truly smell like argan oil to me. Maybe there's a hint of it, but I actually hate the scent of argan oil. And this has like a faint whisper of that scent, but mostly it's just like a warm, inviting scent. So I really like spraying this on my hair. And I don't feel like the scent stays around for too long, just in case you're worried about, you know, scent in your hair. For me, the longer my hair gets, the more sprays I have to use. So when my hair is probably about here, I think I only have to use like 3 sprays. Now that it's like ridiculous long, I probably go like to town and do 7 to 8 sprays in my hair. I've gone through probably about, oh geez, I don't know, 5 or 6 bottles of this over the years. So I definitely like this one. And the other one that I have as a backup right now for when I finish this one, is the Schwarzkopf Gliss Hair Repair with Liquid Keratin. I do like the scent a little bit more on this one, but as you can see, I go through both of them constantly, so it doesn't really matter. I honestly just grab whatever the heck is on sale between these two. So this is the Ultimate Repair Express Repair Conditioner. Again, it's a leave-in conditioner. It's supposed to repair damaged hair, which I don't really feel like mine is. I don't dye my hair. I don't really cut it that often. There is no damage except for maybe heat damage, but I don't actually feel like you ever see heat damage in my hair. But maybe that's because I'm using this. Anyway, this one smells a little bit more on the caramel side of things, and much like this one, the longer my hair is, the more sprays I have to put in. So yeah, I love these both. Honestly, no preference between the two. I like having two different options because when I finish one, I can go to another one and it makes me feel like I'm trying a new product, even though I'm really not. And I've gone through equally the same amount of bottles for both brands. All right, the next products are, I mean, if you've seen any of my empties in the last few years, you're probably really tired of hearing about these, but they are worth mentioning because I use them 4 out of roughly 7 days in a week. They are the Neutrogena makeup removing wipes, specifically in the hydrating formula. I don't actually really enjoy the ones that are the non-hydrating version. I think they come in like a different, it's like a paler blue packaging, because I don't feel like there's enough liquid in the product to get all my makeup off. These ones will actually remove waterproof mascara, waterproof liner, and literally get everything off of my face. Now, I don't use these when I'm taking my makeup off at night. This is specifically when I'm going from work to the gym. So when I'm heading to the gym from the office, I'm changing out of my work clothes and putting on my, you know, workout clothes, and I'm taking off all of my makeup. And if I don't have these with me, I am so irritated, especially if I'm trying like another brand, which honestly I don't really do anymore because I'm done. I'm done trying anything else out for makeup wipes because these are the best. So I'm taking my makeup off at work and heading to the gym, and these are a lifesaver. I don't have to bring around like a makeup remover with me. I can just rely on using these. And it is a quick fix, so I wouldn't recommend using this as like your regular makeup remover. I do use oils and other makeup removers on the regular, but I don't want to faff around with that when I'm at the office going to the gym. So these are always in my backpack. I'm always using them. I'm probably going through about like one of these every month, month and a half, something like that. I will never be without these. These are the best makeup remover in a cleansing towelette format on the market. Now, and speaking of makeup removers, the one that is the best hands down for when I get home and I want to actually take off all of my makeup if I haven't gone to the gym is the Marcel Gentle Makeup Remover for sensitive eyes. This is the one with oil and whatever else the other liquid is. So you shake it up in order to get, you know, your mixed consistency. This is only available in Canada, so I'm really sorry for anybody else in the world, but this is the best that I have ever tried. Ever. I've tried Lancome's makeup remover and it's fine. I've tried the MAC one, like the two different ones. I know there's like a regular one and there's the oil-based one. This is the best. It's the best. There is no other product that compares to this, and it's a drugstore brand. I mean, it's a little bit more expensive of a drugstore brand here in Canada, but it doesn't matter because I'm not joking when I say I've probably gone through like 40 bottles of this over the years. And that might be on the low end of things. I've been using this for more than 10 years, maybe 15. It's been a really long time, and I've watched this bottle go through very many different incarnations over the years. They've settled on a format that actually works pretty well. So there's like a little spout top at the top, but it used to have like, there was a time when it had a little push top, and then there was like a huge open area. Anyway, they've gone through a whole lot of iterations of it, and they've had this one for quite a while, and it does work the best. But the formula itself is what's important, and this is the best. I have a lot of friends who have tried this and love it like just as much as I do now, and they won't switch to other brands as well. So well done, Marcel, for making the absolute best makeup remover on the market. This is an eye makeup remover, but I'll use this to take off the rest of my face as well if I don't want to bother with like using a facial oil cleanser, because yeah, it's really good. It's really good. And the last product I'm going to talk about is kind of in the makeup remover category, but I don't really use it as strictly a makeup remover. So I'm talking about the Bioderma Micelle solution in the Sensibio H2O. So a lot of people use this as their only makeup remover, which I think is really bizarre because I don't actually feel like it takes that much off. I use this as like a cleaner after the fact, or while I'm doing my makeup. So I do my eyeshadow first, and I tend to get a lot of fallout down here. I'll use this on a cotton round to sweep away the fallout or remove, like, I don't know, like anything that just happened to appear on my face before I've done my foundation. So it's great in that respect, but I also use this to kind of refresh my face. If I take my makeup off with something that's oil-based, you're pretty much left with residue after the fact. You can't really help it. Those products have oil in them and they're gonna stick to your face. And I don't always love that feeling. So I'll go in with the Bioderma on a cotton round just to like remove that excess oil. And I'll do that generally after I've removed my makeup for the day, just to make sure that literally everything is off at that point, because this will clean up some of the extra gunk that you just happened to miss the first time round. I'll also use this as like a face refresher. There are some days where I wash my face in the morning and then come, I don't know, like on the weekends, come 4 p.m. I just feel kind of gross. So I'll put this on a cotton round, sweep it all over my face, and it just refreshes me. It kind of just brings my skin back to life. It just feels good. So yeah, at the end of the day, this is pretty much a multi-use product that I just find myself using constantly, either as a refresher or a like spot remover or to clean up my entire face. It just really feels good, and there's no scent to this one in particular. The Hydro Bio one does have some scent, but this one doesn't, and it is my preferred one. I'd like the smell on the Hydro Bio one, but I feel like this one works just that little bit better. All right, so that is it for my boring favorites, or whatever you want to call this. I didn't really know what to title this because these are products that I use practically every single day, if not every single day. And they're good ones. It's just not something I would ever mention in a favorites video, because those tend to be like more current products or something that I've rediscovered from the past, not like daily use items. Anyway, let me know about something that you've been using for years and years and years and don't really think about just because it's such a staple in your collection. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!